Okay, so in this video, I'm going to show you how to set up social media campaigns in CoSchedule. Um, and there's really two ways to go about it. So you can do it in CoSchedule itself, so I'm signed into CoSchedule, or you can do it as part of, another piece of content. So if I'm doing like a standalone social media campaign, I tend to set it up in CoSchedule. So you can see examples of this here. All the Side Gig Summit, which is a virtual summit I'm doing, social media campaigns I set up in CoSchedule itself, and I broke it out by channel, but you absolutely don't have to. These all could have been one. Because I was dealing with so much, I decided to separate them out just for my own sanity. So if you want to do it in here, you can go ahead, you just hit the plus sign and social campaign. And so you title it, so if I did Side Gig Summit Round 2, I'm not really going to do that, but it opens it, and so you would just do the link. So if I wanted to do basically the link for the summit, so I could do sidegigsummit.com. Okay, and then it has some pre-populated dates here. So same day as publish, day after publish, week after publish, month, so on and so forth. But you can add custom days, and you can use social helpers. So, excuse me. So you can use a template, but if you've never done a social campaign, you probably don't have any template set up. So I would definitely recommend setting up a template, and I'll show you that later. But you can also do just text helpers for this particular campaign. So maybe I want to do a Pinterest description, but I'll want to use it with different images or something so that I can kind of get more of the word out. So if I did check out this sweet virtual summit. Okay. Okay. And then I could do an image helper. That would be pin 1. And then I just would upload it. Excuse me. And so it's asking me, it's pulling images from that page, or you can upload it. So I can just select that, which isn't really an ideal pin image at all, but just for an example. And then I could do pin 2. I'll upload just a different one really fast, just so we can see the different examples. Let's just grab one of these speaker badges for the summit. These are just different images that I'm using, right? Obviously, these are not Pinterest optimized images. This is just an example. But rather than each time writing out, check out this virtual summit or whatever the message is, or copying and pasting where you could maybe accidentally not copy the whole thing or something, you can instead just use this helper. So same day as publish, I could say I want to publish to Pinterest or even just to Twitter. So maybe Lesson Rewind Twitter, and then I'm going to use my little text helper box and say instead of the link, I want it to actually do this description. Okay, and then and it can have the title, or I can exit, delete this, whatever. And then I could change the image. You could do multiple images as well, because sometimes that's going to perform well. So it's just up to you. But the text helpers are especially handy if you have a template, because once you have the template and you fill in all the helpers, it just automatically pulls it all in for this. So if I were to go, and I'm going to delete this, I don't want this being published. If I were to go look at a template or the social media helpers, you can see that it is really filled out extensively, and it just put them all together for me. So I didn't have to worry about what image did what. I just said use this image in my template, and it pulled it together. And you'll see more what I mean when I talk about creating a social media campaign with a piece of content. So you can do that in in CoSchedule if you want, but if I'm doing it with a blog post, I tend to just do it with the blog post. So when I'm in WordPress, so this is the back end of my WordPress. So this is very meta, right? I'm like showing you my CoSchedule review backend. So there's a CoSchedule plugin, which means you can set up your social media campaign just in here as is. So you can see the file I had attached in a previous video. It'll tell you your headline review, which obviously that's terrible. I'm going to change it. But then I can add social media campaign. And it will automatically pull the link in, so you're not having to do that. And it's looking at different images I have on this page, which I don't really have any because I haven't published this. But I wanted to use one of my social templates. So if I did, just because I'm going to do this just because it's a better example of a template, the Earn More, Less Debt, More Wine, Pinterest sharing. And I click Apply. It's then going to ask for all the descriptions. And you can see it pre-formulates them, which is cool because it just makes life super easy and fast. I like to, if I'm doing it in conjunction with a piece of content like a blog post, I just do it in the blog post rather than in CoSchedule. So, but it still shows up. So if I go look at my calendar, and this post that I published last week on Less Debt, More Wine, when I open it, it's going to show me the social media campaign that I have running for it. So you can see it says WordPress and this says social media campaign. So that's what I have dropped open. So that's how you do social media campaigns in CoSchedule.